Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? I am doing fabulous. I hope everybody's having a great day and just living your best life, because that's what I try to do on a daily basis. Yeah, but this is Kitchen Talk Time with Granna. I wanted to sit down with you guys today and just send out appreciation. I wanted to send out some appreciation to everyone, all my supporters, and everyone that has been a part of this journey. You know, this is a 2 year journey that I have been on. Started back in 2020, so a little bit over 2 years, but it means a lot to me when I get my comments weekly from people, and people are willing to give me a little bit of their time and sit down with me. So I was sitting here earlier today looking at one of my interviews that I did, and all my interviews are pre-recorded. All my YouTubes are pre-recorded. I record them, then I send them on to my son to edit and get them ready for you guys. So it's a little process before you guys get to see the finishing product, okay? But I was watching my interview today with Andre Tyrone. This is a young man that I went to Atlanta and I did an interview with him. This is someone that works with my son quite a bit on different projects. So I appreciate that. And when I was watching his interview today, I thought back on the first interviews that I did, because last year I had spoke with my son about wanting to do some one-on-one conversation with people, because I really like to be personal and really like to be face-to-face and talking to people. So we tried to do the Zoom thing, and I appreciate everyone that took time out last year to do the Zoom conversations with me. I did a Zoom interview last year with Jackie Jordan. She's vegan, and her and I had talked a couple of times on FaceTime about her different recipes and her process of becoming a vegan. So I appreciate her taking that time out last year. She was the first person I did on my Zoom interview, so I appreciate that, you know. But being on Zoom is really hard, because, you know, with the Zoom, in any type of technology, you go in and out, and the sound sometimes freeze up and all that. But I talked to her. I talked to Jamal Frisco Turner, you know, about his art. He's an artist. And, you know, that was a good conversation. I appreciate his time. I spoke with Orlando Essen about his photography, and spoke with him. And, you know, he took his time out and sit down. And with my Zoom conversation with him, we definitely had some mishaps in there, but he was very patient with me, and I appreciate that. And I spoke with Amika Spencer and Javonna Smith. They're like a combined entrepreneur that had just started their tea and coffee line. And they both took time out, you know, and these are people from out of state, a couple of these people. So it was really hard for me to have that really personal conversation, because, like I said, with the Zoom, it kept freezing up and all this kind of stuff. But I appreciate them. So those was the first 5 people that I interviewed through Zoom, and I appreciate all their time and them, you know, going through that process with me. So I wanted to, you know, I appreciate that, but I wanted to really sit down and have some one-on-one, in person, face to face. So I spoke to my son about that, and he made that happen. You know, he took care of lining up all the interviews. He took care of the venue, the place that we got. He, you know, set everything up. So I've already had 2 previous interviews with Ty Anderson, face to face. We sit down and very, very good conversation. We talked about her book. She's an author, along with many other titles that she has. But we talked to really focus on her book, A Woman's Guide to Getting Your Life Together. We talked mostly about that. So I appreciate that, Ty. And then I spoke with Tamika Pearson And Tamika's my niece, and if you guys got to watch that video on my YouTube a couple of weeks ago, Tamika and I talked about her process, because she's also a vegan, and we talked about her process over the last 10 years of becoming a vegan, and everything that went into that, in her life change. It's a life change that she did with her life and all that. So that was a very good conversation. On top of her being my niece, it was really good, really fun. And the interview that came out last week was with Andre Tyrone, and I appreciate him. He was very, very open about everything that was going on in his life, and he really shared a part of his heart with me, which kind of brought me to tears. But I appreciate that. I really appreciate, these people taking out of their time, their day, and making time to sit down with me for just that few minutes that we sit down and talk, because you don't have to do that. I mean, a lot of YouTubers, they're, they do their things live, and they don't really have a problem, I guess, with getting people to talk to, or whatever their subject is that they're talking about. But I just want my YouTube channel to be as positive as possible. And when I have these conversations, with people, I want to give them the opportunity to speak on what they want to speak on. And if it can bring light to someone else that may be going through what they're going through, or has been through it, or anything like that, I want that positivity to come out in it. So I appreciate that. I got interviews coming up, several more interviews coming up, so you guys stay tuned for that. It's going to be really fun and interesting when you guys get a chance to check out those interviews. And I appreciate the feedback that I get from these interviews, and I have really been getting a lot of good feedback from my one-on-ones. I'm hoping and praying that by the time these interviews that I've already done and pre-recorded is out there, that I get the opportunity to, have some more one-on-ones. There are so many people here in my community that I would love to sit down and talk with. Just everyday people, but, just seeing some of them that I do interact with, and seeing, how their life is going, and them becoming entrepreneurs, them, doing their own thing and creating their business and their brands, and just everyday life stories, that they're going through, that you kind of think, no one is going through these things. I have a lot of friends on Facebook that I'm friends on Facebook with, and how you send out these friends requests, and you become friends with people, and you don't really know them, but you're, trying to, I guess, build your friendship request, and, get all these people on your page and everything. And I be reading some of the different things that's going on with different people in their life, and I just be like, wow. Just looking on the outside, I would never thought that they would be dealing with those type of situations, So there is a lot more I want to do when it comes to one-on-one conversations and having time. And it's hard trying to coordinate with everybody and get everybody time together. And then, you can talk to some people, but they don't feel comfortable actually talking on camera or like that on live. So you have to, be patient and work with people. And that's what I try to do, And if I ask them, if they want to talk on live and they say no, I'm cool with that, because I ain't trying to, mess up anybody's privacy or anything like that. But it's a lot of work that goes into these YouTube channels. And I'm not getting paid for this. I am doing this because this is an enjoyment for me. This is something I appreciate doing. And during my times through the coronavirus and the pandemic and all that, when I started off with this really, got me through the days, because I was stuck in the house and nothing to do. And, everybody else that had the opportunity to get out and go to work and do this stuff was going on about their business. And it was hard for me, being in the house all the time. So, getting up and working on my YouTubes and doing them and trying to stay consistent with them and trying to bring y'all current in events that's going on, whether it's reality, whether I talked about politics a little bit, whether I talked about what's going on in this world a little bit. You know, it's a lot trying to do this daily, weekly. So I appreciate the support that I get. I really do appreciate it. And like I said, I'm not making any money from this. I don't know how many followers you gotta have before you start getting some little chain. But you know, that's not my ultimate goal. That's not my goal to do this to bring in a paycheck or anything. I just like having the opportunity to come to you guys every week, and if I'm saying anything that's making someone else's life better or feel a little better that day that they actually watch me, then I'm okay with that. I'm okay if I just put a little sunshine in your day or in your week and you watch me, whether it's cooking or whatever it is, you know. I don't really like to be in the kitchen, and I've said that before, but I get off in there here and there and try to throw together a little something, you know. But I just want this to be a positive channel when you're checking it out. And I know sometimes when I'm giving my feedback or talking to you guys about the reality shows and all this, some of y'all get a little bit sensitive because everybody on these reality shows, you have your favorites, and I have my favorites, and you know, and sometimes it get a little touchy, but it's okay, because when you put yourself out here on social media, you got to have tough skin. You got to be able to take the good with the bad, because you're not going to always get good comments. You're going to have some people, and that's okay. You're going to have people with their own opinion, and they're going to say what they feel because they're behind that computer, and they can really say whatever they want to say, you know, and all you can do is respond or not respond. I don't respond to any negative feedback. I read it, and I try to take the negativity that I might get and just try to turn it into a positive. Or if I get some type of negativity and I look at it and go back and review my YouTube, and then I'd be like, well, okay, I could have said that differently, or I could have did this, or I could have did that, and I try to improve on it. So I take those negativity and try to be encouraged to do better the next time around. But I just really wanted to thank everyone that has taken their time, everyone that has shared my videos and liked my videos and left me comments and subscribed to my channel. I just want to say I appreciate you guys. I really do. You know, to some people, YouTube channels, there's so many out there, probably millions and millions that they could choose from to watch at any moment, or, you know, anytime they want to. And it's just another YouTube channel. It doesn't mean too much to them, but it means a lot to me, and I appreciate it. And I wanted to let you guys know that, you know, I've been putting out, definitely thanking everyone that I've talked to on my pre-recorded videos, but I wanted to go back and thank the people that gave me their time in the beginning last year when I was trying to do one-on-ones, and the only option I had to do it from was through Zoom. So I want to thank them. I want to thank Jamal. I want to thank Orlando. I want to thank Amiga. I want to thank Giovanna. And I want to thank Miss Jackie, because I appreciate them, you know, because talking with them just made me more comfortable to continue to do what I'm doing. So I want to thank all those people. I want to thank everyone that has participated in my one-on-ones so far. Tamika, Ty, Andre, Tyrone, and the ones that's coming up, and you guys know who you are, so I'm not going to put your names out there right now, but when it comes up, just know that I appreciate it, and I have nothing but love for you guys, nothing but love. And I just, what I want to hold for Kitchen Talk with Granna in the future is to have more opportunities to do one-on-one, more opportunities to just get out in my community and talk to people here. I don't know what's going to happen, how I'm going to do that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to set up places where I can actually get people to talk to me, but that is the next thing I want to do. I want to be able to talk to some people in my community. Okay, so if you're out there, you want to have a conversation with Granna, just hit me up. Let me know. Most of you guys are on my face time. You can send me a message and we can work it out. Okay. All right, guys. I am about to get up out of here. I appreciate everyone, all your time. As you go by your day, just be kind to everybody and just have a wonderful day and just live your best life. Okay. I'm gonna check you guys out next time around.